so weird in that little box. How did I do that? Well, you can see I have a lot of mobility. I had a massage earlier. Yeah. It allowed the tension of life to melt away, at least for an hour. I was gone, off into the netherworld. I think I drooled a lot, though. There was a big puddle on the floor. You know, get your face down in that thing. Press against your forehead. Sometimes your forehead falls asleep. But if you got a good masseur, or whatever, it doesn't matter. You gotta just disappear. So I disappeared, and then I came back. There was all this spit on the floor. I don't know. Anyways, nothing like a little bit of bodily fluids to loosen things up. Anyways, okay, what the hell? Sorry. So, I was out yesterday evening talking to a young man, and he's got problems with his mother. Now, probably some of it is the mother, and probably some of it is him. That's okay. Doesn't matter. But he figured out, he understands with that giant brain of his, that one of the first steps to being a happier life, because his mother knows what to say just to kick his ass, to make him so uncomfortable and angry. She's a master. Now, I'm sure, and he's sure, that there was various forms of psychological abuse in his younger days, and perhaps even now. And that may be true. And even though it's true, and he understands this, at least he understands this in his head, that for him to be free and to have a chance at a happier life, he needs to forgive. Now, I remember being told once by someone much wiser than me, and embarrassingly much younger than me, at the time anyways, that the reason for forgiving is not for the other person to feel more comfortable. It's for you to be free. Because when you hold on to all that anger and that resentment and regrets, you're just stuck in the past, and you are handing over your power to live your life and to be happy to somebody else. You're handing over your power to the future or the past, or some schmuck that doesn't give a shit. He's done his thing and he's been on his way. You'll never see him again, and you're just, fucking asshole. So the trick is to forgive. Now that's not exactly brain surgery. Most people can figure that out. But what's the real trick with all of this? Not just the forgiving, but all of these things we know we should do, or even just simple techniques of things like meditation and whatever. You know what the real question is for most people? How do I do it? How does it work now? You know, it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you can be shown the how. And the how can be anything. The how can be, like I said, the meditation. And meditation is wonderful. I do it every day. That's why I look so young. and pretty. I relieve the stress. Om. And it's a simple thing, but even when I got showed how to meditate, it didn't work right away. I did the thing. What is that? I saw on Facebook the other day this lemur, this little animal, little kind of like a big rat, standing there in the position of the meditation. He said, "Come on, enlightenment. I'm meditating. Don't got all day. Hurry up." Sometimes when we ask how, we're like that little lemur. We're in too much of a hurry. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to go out and learn how to do stuff, because that made a big difference for me. Learning how to meditate. Learning how to do different techniques like the theta healing, like psychic readings, like riding a bike, like dancing. But I think that's just a trick we all have to pay on ourselves, because we already know how to do all that stuff one way or another. Our brains don't remember necessarily, but our bodies do and our souls do. And so if you think you don't know how to forgive, you're wrong. You're fooling yourself, because you do. It's not about how, it's about, damn, I had a thought. Where'd that thought go? It was really bright. What do you need to be ready to forgive? What do you need to be ready to heal? What do you think you need to be ready to let go of the things that keep you in your sorrow and in your story of how horrible everything is? Some part of you still wants it. It's not about how so much. A little bit about how, but really, once you understand what it is about that crap that you like. Oh, that poor young boy. He's a very nice young man. But I'll tell you, he loves telling the story. He loves saying how horrible his mama is. And maybe she is. It doesn't matter what the truth is. The truth is, the real thing here is, he loves it. It makes him feel good to feel bad. So what is this how thing? When we complain we don't know how to do something, it's an excuse half the time to not do something. I don't know how to do it. Well, maybe you don't. But if you want to badly enough, or it gives you some benefit finally that you actually can accept and in your heart realize is what you really want, then the how doesn't matter. It's just like those multi-level marketing motivational people. You know, some of them are pretty smart, I gotta admit. They keep on telling people it's not about the how, it's about the why. And in that kind of business, you got to get real clear about why you want to succeed in this business. And that applies to anything in life. So why do you want to continue not forgiving? Why do you want to use the I don't know how excuse to keep you from making a change, you know, on some other level, even though it's just intellectual? It's not deep in the gut yet. What is it that you love about your problems? You get clear about that. You start waking up to what that is. And then you can start discovering like magic the how. The how suddenly just hands itself to you like a big wad of $1,000 bills on a silver platter. You know the why? How doesn't matter. The how just shows up. Somebody else knows the how. The how is just a technique. It's not what's important. The how shows up when you get clear about the why, you don't want to know how. It's a different story. And you start, once again, needing to get real with that little brain of yours that thinks it's so clever. Loves to trick you. You know why I know your brain loves to trick you? Because my brain tricks my little ass all the time still. But I'm just getting a little better sometimes over time because I allowed my brain to trick me far too many times. I'm a little slow, you see. I'm kind of a late bloomer. Yeah, that's right. So, the question is always, well, how do I do that? That's not the question. That question is a trick. The real question is why? Why do you love? What is it about this crap that makes you so unconsciously happy? Steve, Alfred, whatever the hell your name is, don't you know I don't want this shit. I've been miserable for years. I hate it. It's getting old. Well, yeah, it is getting old. And on another level, you like it. Maybe it's not something that your brain knows. Maybe it's something your soul thinks it wants. I don't know. But most of the time, the how isn't the question. The question is the why. And until I discovered some of my whys about what I liked about my sorrow, I was exactly the same way. And I just wasn't ready to know the why. No matter how hard I thought I tried. And I did. I tried my ass off to figure out the how and to do the work. And it made a lot of difference in the long run. However, until whether it was because enough time had gone by or, oh, that little fella knows exactly why he wants to go out. He wants to kill that other dog, even though that other dog is about 12 times his size. But he's clear. Well, anyway, think about it. Am I right? I don't know. I may be full of shit. That's okay. Sometimes I am. So, sometimes the how isn't important. Sometimes the why. Not just the why you want what you want, but the why you want what you don't want. The answer is less important than the question. The question is always more important than the answer. All right. I'm getting bored with myself now. So all y'all have a nice day. Ciao.